We return to our breaking news overnight. Famed NFL coach Jon Gruden is out after a new report found he repeatedly used anti-gay and racially insensitive language in emails. Gruden resigned from the Las Vegas Raiders last night. It came less than 2 hours after the New York Times revealed a series of Gruden emails with bigoted language. In one of them, Gruden used an anti-gay slur to describe NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell. He also is accused of using a racial stereotype to describe the head of the NFL Players Association, DeMaurice Smith. Joining us now is Bill Rhoden of The Undefeated, a website that focuses on race, sports, and culture. Good morning, Bill. How are you doing?
Hey, Nate. Good morning. How are you?
Thank you for joining us. Now, days ago, Gruden did apologize for the racist trope, and then he also admitted to using racially insensitive messaging to Roger Goodell, but he stayed on the job, though. Why do you think things changed?
Well, you know, it was one thing to, I think when it was just about DeMaurice Smith, if it would just been kept at that, maybe he could have gotten the pass. But after the Times revealed, not only was it about race, but he was homophobic, he was misogynistic. He checked almost every box for a bigot and a racist. And I think at that point, I don't think that Mark Davis really wanted to fire me. I mean, he gave this guy a 10-year contract. I don't think he wanted to, but he just had to. You can't have a guy like that patrolling your sidelines, particularly at a time when the NFL is talking about diversity and Black Lives Matter. You can't have a guy like this on your sideline, even though what he wrote was about 11 years ago. So they had to make this move. And frankly, I was not stunned by the fact that Gruden would be this kind of person. I was just a little surprised that the Raiders finally had to pull the trigger.
So, Bill, why were you not surprised that Gruden might be this kind of person behind closed doors? Because I'm thinking Mike Tirico and Tony Dungy, two of his colleagues, said on air in the immediate aftermath that they had never seen anything from him like this. And if people knew, it raises the question of why was he employed for so long?
Well, of course. I mean, he wouldn't say those kind of things to Dungy and Tirico. You know, he would refer to the size of their lips or their nose. People like who are bigots, they don't say that stuff to you. You know, so I don't think that Tirico or Dungy would see that part of him. But clearly, and this is my concern going forward. You know, Gruden had a group of enablers, and we've all been around these kind of people, tell the racist jokes. Talk about women among their cadre of friends and circles who enable them. So I'm just concerned with, I like when the NFL, as they go through these emails, who did he write these to and what was their reaction? Bruce Allen, who was the president of the Washington football team, you know, what was his response when he talked about, DeMaurice's lips? Did he joke? Did he say LOL? You know, so moving forward, I like to round up all the enablers because, face it, Nate, a lot of these people are executives and probably hold high positions in different industries. They're the ones who determine who gets hired, who gets promoted. He mentioned that he thought that, the cornerback who's out the league now, who continued to kneel, he said that he should be fired. Don't think for a minute Gruden is the only person who thinks like that, So I just think that as we move forward on the story, I want to find out who are his enablers, who are these people who are now kind of scurrying back into these dark corners, who are just smart enough not to put their racist beliefs in emails.
Yeah, you touched on it briefly, which leads me to my question. What does the NFL need to do? And is change possible? You know, the NFL and Roger Goodell in particular spend a lot of time saying there's no place for this kind of behavior. We won't tolerate it. And this is what we're going to do.
Well, Gayle, we've talked about this so much. It's hard to change people's hearts, what's in their hearts. This was clearly in Gruden's heart and soul. He was just stupid enough or emboldened enough to put in an email. How do you root out this kind of stuff? In the past year, we've had people we thought were allies saying things when they didn't think the tapes were rolling, that sort of betrayed their real feelings. So how do you out this kind of stuff? I don't know. Maybe you just want people just to keep their bigotry to themselves. Again, that's, like I said, Gruden just sort of served himself on a platter. But I think it's the thing to me is just the enablers, those people who enable these types of people. But how do you root it out? That's the $1 million question. How do you change people's hearts?
Bill, thank you for joining us, and thank you for not holding back. We appreciate you.